Hey, what's up, fans? Welcome back to the show. Guys, time for the Brise. The Brise is back. I know we haven't had an episode in a couple weeks, but the Brise is back, and it's good to hear from you guys. But yeah, we got an episode here today, special Wednesday edition of Guys, Time for the Brise. Obviously, we got the NFL draft tomorrow, so that's why we're going to crank out an episode today, this special edition of Guys, Time for the Brise, April 26, 2023. Thank you for joining me. So with that, yeah, we got the NFL draft to talk about. We got to talk about these crazy-ass Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, been absolutely phenomenal. And then obviously, with all episodes today, we're going to end with some UFC talk as well. But yeah, let's get right into it. We got the NFL draft. As you can see, I got my Detroit Lions Aiden Hutchinson jersey right here, wearing it. Nice gray and blue jersey. It's really nice. I really appreciate Chris out in New Haven. Big house jerseys, as I mentioned before on this podcast. He's got a whole lineup of jerseys, not just football jerseys, but he's got he's got baseball jerseys, he's got hockey jerseys, he's got basketball jerseys. Check him out. He's in New Haven. Big House Jerseys on Facebook. Type it in, follow the page. He's got a really nice inventory there. But yeah, this is where I got it. Aiden Hutchinson jersey. I really like it. So with that being said, we got the NFL draft on tomorrow. And it's going to be a crazy one. The Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Who are they going to take? I think they're going to take a quarterback. They're going to take Bryce Young of Alabama, in my opinion. They got that pick from Chicago in the trade. So Carolina's got the first pick, and then we got our sixth pick. Who would the Lions get at 6? As I've been mentioning numerous times throughout this podcast and on my posts on Instagram, the Detroit Lions need to draft a defensive player, whether that be Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, whoever in the case may be. They gotta draft gotta draft a defensive player, Wilson even. But I've heard some talks about drafting Devin Witherspoon, cornerback of the University of Illinois. That gives me Jeff Okudah vibes, and I don't really like that. Obviously, a few years ago we drafted him during the Patricia bullshit era with the number 3 pick. We drafted him, and now he's gone. He's no longer with the team. So I don't know about that pick, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what Brad Holmes' decision's going to be. Let's see what he's up to. I mean, he's been making a lot of great moves this offseason. We got Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, all great cornerbacks that he signed during the offseason, so he's been pretty busy. He re-signed Isaiah Buggs and John Kaminsky. We got Aleem McNeil. We got Aiden Hutchinson. So with Will Anderson, if we were to get him, that would be amazing because it'd be a perfect complement to Aiden Hutchinson battling on the edges there. I mean, we get a guy like him, our defense is unstoppable, in my opinion. But Detroit Lions need to draft defense. No quarterbacks, no running backs. Need to draft defense. Hopefully they do with the 6th pick. But who knows? They might not even have that 6th pick come tomorrow night. Who knows? And they might trade up or trade down for it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the NFL draft on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. ESPN. Watch it. It's going to be an exciting one. So yeah, let's talk about the draft a little bit. So yeah, obviously Carolina on the clock. They got the number 1 pick. I think they're going to pick Bryce Young. And, I got a little article here on NFL.com. Let's see the guy's name, Chad Reuter. He's a draft analyst. So, article of his predictions of who's going to be selected by each team in tomorrow's NFL draft. Carolina, obviously, his prediction, you got Bryce Young going number 1. I mean, they need a quarterback, so it makes sense. Houston Texans, they need a quarterback as well. Chad believes Will Levis is going to get drafted out of the University of Kentucky, quarterback as well. And then, so you got that going on. And then the Arizona Cardinals, they're going, according to Chad, according to this article, they're going to draft C.J. Stroud. So I've heard, I've heard some people say that C.J. Stroud might drop in this draft. We'll have to see. I mean, the draft is a crazy time. It really is. So you got the Arizona Cardinals got Will Anderson at number 3. Indianapolis Colts are getting C.J. Stroud. I mixed that up. I had C.J. Stroud going to the Arizona Cardinals, but it's actually Will Anderson going to the Arizona Cardinals. These are all predictions, by the way. And then the Colts are going to select C.J. Stroud, and Seattle Seahawks are going to get Tyree Wilson, as I mentioned before, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. And then our Detroit Lions, according to this article, prediction, We're going to get Devin Witherspoon, obviously, as I mentioned, top cornerback in this draft out of the University of Illinois. I just don't like that pick, man. It just gives bad Jeff Okudah vibes. We need a defensive end, an edge rusher, like a Will Anderson, like a Tyree Wilson. We'll have to see tomorrow night. But, defense is key. If we draft quarterback, I'm going to be very pissed. So we'll see what happens there. And then the Vegas Raiders, they're predicted to get Christian Gonzalez, another top cornerback out of Oregon. And then Bijan Robinson moving on up. According to this article, Atlanta's going to select him with 8. And then Jalen Carter, still in the top 10, going to be selected by the Chicago Bears. And then Minnesota at the 10th pick. And Anthony Richardson, quarterback out of Florida, is going to get selected. So those are your top 10 picks. And then you got a bunch of other picks in the first round. But, yeah, those are your main ones. So, yeah, crazy to see Jalen Carter still in the top 10. Obviously, what's going on in his personal life. And then his pro day, he showed up out of shape. So, obviously, that's concerning. But we'll see what happens with that. And then, that Devin Witherspoon pick, I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of it. Hopefully, the Detroit Lions can get a good edge rusher. Like I said, Will Anderson, that would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen, though. But like I said, they might not even have that 6th pick. They might trade up for it, or trade down, rather. So, but, yeah, tomorrow's draft's going to be interesting. It really will be. But, yeah, Carolina Panthers, you're on the clock, baby. It's going to be a good one. So, yeah, tomorrow night, ESPN, 8 p.m., got the 2023 NFL Draft. Detroit, you better draft defense. I'm going to be pissed if you don't. No quarterback. We don't need a damn quarterback, damn it. Okay, we don't really need a running back either. We got David Montgomery, and we got Jared Goff at quarterback. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, draft on tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Check it out. It's going to be a good one. Detroit, you better draft a defensive player. I will be pissed. So you got that going on. And now let's hop over to the Stanley Cup playoffs. So these Stanley Cup playoffs have been wild. Lots of overtime games, lots of craziness, lots of blown leads that we saw a few nights ago. We saw the Tampa Bay Lightning blow a 4-1 lead in the third period, end up losing in overtime 5-4 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now the Toronto Maple Leafs have a 3-1 series lead against the Tampa Bay Lightning, headed back to Toronto. So that's going to be an interesting one, how that's going to play out. But, yeah, lots of overtimes, too. You got the Los Angeles Kings and the Oilers. I think they've had 3 overtime games in that series, so that's been a really exciting series. The Seattle Kraken, second year in the league, series tied 2-2 against the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. That's been a really good series. The Rangers and the Devils winning the last game. They were down 2-1. They tied the series at 2 apiece. And they got the Rangers and the Devils. That's been a really good one. Tonight we got the Boston Bruins against the Florida Panthers. Boston's up 3-1, so we'll see if the Panthers can survive and win this game. I doubt it, but never say never, right? So you got that going on. And then tonight we actually got the Seattle Kraken, as I mentioned before, going up against the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. That's going to be a good one as well. So, yeah, you got that. And then tomorrow's in action, you got the Maple Leafs and the Lightning. Toronto up 3-1 in that series. You got the Rangers and the Devils tied at 2. You got the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights are up 3-1 in that series. And then Friday, if there's another game, the Bruins will play again against the Panthers. But, yeah, these playoffs have been absolutely crazy, just wild, literally wild. Lots of great games, lots of overtime games, lots of great plays by great players. And then obviously last night we had some hockey action. We had some Stanley Cup playoff games being played out. You had the Hurricanes going up against the Islanders. Hurricanes trying to win that series. Unfortunately, they lost last night to the Islanders. They won. Nice victory for them. So that series is still going on. The Stars dominated the Wild last night, so they're up 3-2 in the series. They're going to play Friday, so you got that going on. The Oilers won last night 6-3, so kind of a good game there. The Stars won 4-0, and the Islanders won 3-2 against the Hurricanes. And yeah, that was your action to yesterday night, and then you got 2 games on tonight. So yeah, watch those Stanley Cup playoffs. Place your bets. I know Crazy Chris and Mike Borders are watching the Stanley Cup playoffs. They're both hockey fanatics. They love their hockey, so I hope they're doing well. I hope they're enjoying these Stanley Cup playoffs like I am. So yeah, watch some Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. First game is on at 7, and you got the Seattle Kraken and Avalanche game at 9:30. So then the first game would be the Panthers and the Bruins. So check them out. Place your bets. It's going to be fun night of hockey, Wednesday night hockey, baby. Nothing like it, and especially the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I said this in my post. I'm a football guy. I love football. As you can see, I'm wearing a Detroit Lions jersey, specifically an Aiden Hutchinson jersey. But when it comes to playoffs, how it's formatted, how it's set up, the NHL, they got in the bag. They figure it out. It's the best setup for playoffs in all the major sports, in my opinion. It's very exciting to watch. Anyone can win. Back and forth action, overtime games, crazy plays, crazy saves. The crowds, at these arenas are unbelievable. It's fun. The Stanley Cup playoffs, there's nothing like it. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, watch some hockey tonight. Place your bets. It's gonna be a good one. So yeah, to end the episode today, as we always do, you already know the drill. We got some UFC to talk about. So yeah, we got fight night on this weekend. Not a whole lot of big names here, but yeah, fight night, 7 p.m. Check it out. And then the following weekend is the big pay-per-view, UFC 288. So we're almost close to UFC 300, which is crazy enough. 12 more pay-per-views and we'll be there. So crazy shit. And this year they actually celebrated the 30th anniversary of the UFC. It's been around since 1993, before I was even born. So that's crazy that's happening. But yeah, going back to UFC 288, next Saturday, 10 p.m., main card starts. You got Aljamain Sterling, the champion, defending the bantamweight title against Henry Cejudo, coming out of retirement. He hasn't fought in a couple years. I think his last fight was against Dominic Cruz. He won that fight as champion. So those two are going to go at it. Been talking some trash past few months, so that should be an interesting fight there. And then welterweight co-main event, 5-rounder. It was announced a couple days ago. I saw on my feed on my phone. You have Bilal Muhammad going up against Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns just fought like 3 weeks ago, so that's crazy that he's fighting again at welterweight. So that's going to be an interesting one. Again, 5 rounds, co-main event, not even the main event, co-main event, 5-round action. That's going to be a good one there. And then you got Jessica Andrade going up against Yan Exelon, women's strawweight bout there, the fight there. That's going to be an interesting one there as well. And then you got Bryce Mitchell in action, and the other two, I am not sure who are those guys. And then, yeah, Charles Oliveira and Benel Dariush were actually supposed to be on this card, but it got canceled. I think they're fighting in June. I think I saw something there, so that's going to be a really interesting one as well. So yeah, UFC 288 next Saturday, May 6th, 10 p.m. fight card. Watch it, play some bets. It's going to be a good one. You got a title fight, you got a 5-round co-main event action. You got the women strawweight division kicking some ass as well. So watch some UFC. It's going to be a good one next Saturday, May 6th. Check it out, 10 p.m. on ESPN Plus. And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for joining me on this edition of Guys Time with the Brides, this special Wednesday edition of Guys Time with the Brides. I know we kind of did, it was a quick one today, but thank you for joining me anyway. We got the NFL draft on tomorrow. Wear your jerseys. I'm going to wear my Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey tomorrow at my brother's house. He'll be hosting a draft party. So we'll see who the Lions choose. If they still have the 6th pick, I mean, they still got that 18th pick in the first round as well. But if they still have that 6th pick, we'll see who they pick. They better pick defense. I'll be pissed if they don't. So you got that going on. You got the Stanley Cup playoffs on tonight. You got 2 games on, so place your bets. Watch some Stanley Cup playoffs. We got some UFC action coming this Saturday and next Saturday. Big pay-per-view next Saturday. Check it out. But yeah, the NFL draft, baby. It's that time of year. Again, hopefully the Lions can get a good player. That would be amazing to see that. So thank you guys so much. This episode, as always, will be available later today, so check it out. Check out all my episodes on YouTube, my YouTube page, at Guys Time with the Brides. I got a whole lineup there, and then just keep following me on Instagram. I got my personal page, at Zach Brides, and then my podcasting page, at Guys Time with the Brides. So check it out. New episode going to be available later tonight. All right, peace out, guys. You guys have a good night and take care.